What happens when the world's biggest economy starts to crack? When billionaires, yes, billionaires, start pulling their money out of the US and funneling it straight to Beijing. Wall Street is in chaos. Stocks are tanking. And President Trump? He's been blindsided by a financial storm nobody saw coming. Why are the ultra-wealthy fleeing American markets? And what does this mean for your money, your job, your future? Buckle up, because this is bigger than you think. Imagine this. It's April 20th, 25, and the New York Stock Exchange is a war zone. The S&P 500 just dropped 5% in a single day, its worst crash since the 2020 pandemic. The Nasdaq? Down nearly 6%. The Dow? Plummeting like a stone. Why? Because President Trump's latest economic moves have sent shockwaves through global markets. His America First tariffs, slapping 10% to 50% levies on imports from China, Canada, and beyond, were supposed to protect U.S. jobs. But instead, they've ignited a firestorm. Here's the kicker. Wall Street didn't see this coming. Investors thought Trump's second term would be a golden age for markets, tax cuts, deregulation, a pro-business fight. But those tariffs? They backfired. Hard. The Tax Foundation estimates these levies could cost U.S. consumers $1.8 trillion in higher prices. Imports? Slashed by $900 billion this year alone. That's less stuff on shelves, higher prices at the checkout, and a global economy teetering on the edge. And who's getting hit the hardest? Companies like Apple, Nvidia, and Tesla, giants with supply chains tied to China. Apple's stock cratered 9.5% in a single day. Tesla? A jaw-dropping 15% wipeout, costing Elon Musk's empire $125 billion in market value. The ripple effect? Your 401k, your retirement savings, your investments, they're all taking a beating. So why are billionaires running for the exits? And why Beijing? Let's dig in. Here's where it gets wild. The ultra-wealthy, think hedge fund titans, tech moguls, and Wall Street tycoons, are pulling billions out of U.S. markets. Why? Because Trump's tariffs have made America a risky bet. The U.S. is no longer the safe haven it once was. The bond market's screaming warning signs. 30-year Treasury yields are climbing past 5%, a level not seen in nearly 2 decades. Moody's even downgraded America's credit rating from AAA. Ouch. But here's the twist. These billionaires aren't just sitting on cash. They're pouring it into Beijing. Yes, China. The same country Trump's targeting with 145% tariffs. Why? Because China's playing a different game. While U.S. markets wobble, Beijing's offering stability. Their stock markets are rebounding, their tech sector's booming, and their government's doubling down on AI and green energy. A Chinese AI startup called DeepSeek just shook the tech world, built for a fraction of what U.S. companies spend. Investors see opportunity, and they're jumping ship. Take a hedge fund manager like Ricky Sandler. He's already talking about moving his $10 billion operation out of New York to Miami or Nashville. Others? They're eyeing Asia. And they're not alone. Goldman Sachs reported a 430 basis point drop in New York real estate investment trusts. Translation? The wealthy are selling off American assets and looking east. But what about the rest of us? If the big players are bailing, what happens to the average American? Are we about to lose everything? This isn't just a Wall Street problem, it's a global crisis. Trump's tariffs have sparked a trade war, and the world's fighting back. China slapped 84% tariffs on U.S. goods. The EU's drawing up countermeasures. Even the UK's got a 417-page list of American products they're ready to hit with their own levies. Think whiskey, motorcycles, even blue jeans. The fallout? Economists at Oxford Economics warn we could see global growth drop to its lowest since the 2008 financial crisis. That means fewer jobs, higher prices, and a squeeze on your wallet. The Federal Reserve's in a bind. Chairman Jerome Powell says these tariffs could fuel inflation and unemployment at the same time. Trump's response? He's telling Powell to cut interest rates. But the Fed's holding firm, and markets are spooked. And then there's the human cost. In Washington, D.C., Trump's budget cuts could slash $1.1 billion from the city's funds, forcing layoffs of teachers and police officers. Across the country, small businesses are bracing for higher costs. Amazon CEO Andy Jassy warned that sellers might pass tariff costs on to consumers. That $20 shirt you love? It could soon cost $30. So why isn't Trump backing down? He says these tariffs will bring in billions and make America strong. But with markets crashing and billionaires fleeing, is he gambling with our future? Let's zoom out. This isn't just about stock tickers or billionaires' bank accounts. It's about you. Your groceries are getting pricier. Your job could be at risk if companies cut back. Your retirement savings? They're shrinking as we speak. The Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget says Trump's policies could balloon the U.S. debt to $50 trillion by 2034. That's $125,000 for every American. But here's the deeper question. Is this chaos intentional? Some analysts think Trump's team is playing a long game, crashing markets now to force a detox from government spending, as Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent put it. They believe short-term pain will lead to long-term gain. But others? They're not so sure. Julia Coronado, a former Fed economist, says Trump's breaking the rules that made America a trusted financial powerhouse. And what about Beijing? As U.S. markets falter, China's positioning itself as the new global leader. Their AI breakthroughs, like DeepSeek, are drawing billions in investment. If America keeps alienating its allies and scaring off its investors, could we be handing the economic crown to China? So, where do we go from here? Wall Street's in a tailspin. Billionaires are fleeing, and the global economy's on edge. Trump's tariffs might be a bold play, but they're shaking the foundation of everything we've built. The question is, can America weather this storm, or are we watching the beginning of a new economic era? One where Beijing calls the shots? You don't have to be a billionaire to feel this. Look at your bank account. Check your 401k. Think about the prices you're paying at the pump or the grocery store. This is your economy, too. So what can you do? Stay informed, follow the news, not just the headlines. Protect your finances, talk to an advisor, diversify your investments. And most importantly, make your voice heard. Comment below, what do you think about Trump's tariffs? Are they saving America or sinking it? This is our moment to understand what's at stake. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Let's spark a conversation that can't be ignored. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more hard-hitting breakdowns of what's shaping your world. Together, we can face this storm and come out stronger.